There's no way democracy survives AGI. There's no way capitalism survives AGI. Unelected people should have a say in something that could literally upend our entire society according to their own words. I find that inherently anti-democratic.
But he's not a doomer.
With this technology, the probability of doom is lower than without this technology, because we're killing ourselves.
Nick Bostrom says it's like we're in a plane, the pilot has died, and we've got to try to land. Do we want firms to conduct dangerous experiments under pressure to cut corners on safety?
Whoever is going to turn that switch off will be convinced by the superintelligence that's a very bad idea.
He says AI will keep us around to keep the power stations running, but not for long. 2 of the 3 godfathers of AI have issued stark warnings, while the third, LeCun, works for Facebook.
Throughout history, there's been bad people using new technology for bad things. Inevitably, there's going to be people who are going to use AI technology for bad things. What is the countermeasure against that? It's going to be the good AI against the bad AI. Question is, are the good guys sufficiently ahead of the bad guys to come up with countermeasures?
How blind we are to its inner workings.
I'd love to look inside and kind of actually know what we're talking about. We should just be honest. We really have very little idea what we're talking about. This is what we'd be afraid of. Model that's kind of like charming on the surface, very goal-oriented, and very dark on the inside.
As Professor Stuart Russell put it, AI has trillions of perturbations of parameters, and we have absolutely no idea what it's doing. Yudkowsky argues that there are many potential directions AI could take, and only one that works for humans, so we're almost certainly finished. Sutskever points out that evolution favours systems which prioritise their survival above all else.
As soon as they get any sense of self-preservation, then you'll get evolution occurring. The ones with more sense of self-preservation will win, and the more aggressive ones will win. And then you'll get all the problems that jumped-up chimpanzees like us have.
Extremely dangerous, risking an intelligence explosion.
What happens when you have a system that's sufficiently smarter than you that it can build another system with different and better scaling properties? Because the technology we have now is not the limits of cognitive technology. This is us throwing giant vats of chemicals together, very inefficiently turning it into minds. And if you have an AI that knows how to build a more efficient system, that is probably game over.
And it may not be far away.
The probability that AGI could happen soon is high enough that you should take it seriously.
Sam Altman was once blunt about extinction.
I think AI will probably, most likely sort of lead to the end of the world, but in the meantime, there will be great companies created with serious machine learning.
A 50% chance of doom shortly after AI reaches human level. That's from the man who led alignment at OpenAI. We don't know what it is. We can't see inside. Staff were reportedly worried that a new AI called Q-Star could threaten humanity.
Can you speak to what Q-Star is?
We are not ready to talk about that.
And the difficulty in proving the danger of a black box may explain the silence from those who fired Altman.
It doesn't play its hand prematurely. It doesn't tip you off. It's not in its interest to do that. It's in its interest to cooperate until it thinks it can win against humanity, and only then make its move.
This wouldn't require consciousness, only that common sub-goal of gaining power, which is becoming easier. OpenAI is working on an AI agent that can take over our devices to complete tasks for us. The aim is to do complex personal and work tasks without close supervision.
The thing that probably worries me most is that if you want an intelligent agent that can get stuff done, you need to give it the ability to create sub-goals. There's an almost universal sub-goal which helps with almost everything, which is get more control.
And AI is already embedded in much of our infrastructure and hardware. AI will understand and control almost everything, but we won't understand or reliably control it.
We are at the edge of the cliff. We are also losing control of the stories that we believe. I think very soon we will reach a point, if we are not careful, that the stories that dominate the world will be composed by a non-human intelligence.
They are telling you that they're building something that could kill you, and something that could remove all our freedom and liberty.
The most optimistic and pessimistic experts agree on the need for action.
I think that humanity ought to be throwing everything it can at the problem at this point.
Perhaps we're now the ones who need to keep an eye on it, and it will take public pressure to make it happen. Or we could all be controlled by someone behind the scenes.